Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the Shots Fired Podcast, DFW. As usual, and as always, you got your boy Big Joe.
Got your boy too, Trill.
You got your boy Julio the Don.
Boys, it's Cowboys, Philly, the revenge. We've got a heated history with this team, and this game means a lot to both teams. This is what I wanted when it really came down to it. I was like, I want this game to mean something, and it does, at least for the time being. Because if the Cowboys manage to win this game at home on Sunday night, you put yourself in the catbird seed with Philadelphia at 10-3. But Philly does have a bit of an easier schedule to close out the regular season, and the
Mhm.
Cowboys are hitting their mark on a bunch of tougher opponents. So this is going to do a lot to continue to silence the critics to say, well, the Cowboys haven't beaten a good team, they haven't beaten a team with a winning record, they haven't won a game when it matters. All that goes into this week. But before we get into it, boys, before I give y'all, give y'all's turn to get into it, everybody that's watching, please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this content. Leave us a message. We will respond. And let's get right into it, boys. I'll start with you, Julio. Um, Cowboys versus Philly. What do you anticipate? What are you looking forward to? What's your prediction?
Oh man, what am I looking forward to? So for me, of course, as you just finished saying, Cowboys are on a bit of a hot streak, and as if we keep playing at the level that we're playing consistently, I think that we will definitely um, take care of the Eagles, especially at home. I don't think we've lost a game this season at home yet.
No.
So for me, I honestly think I'm not going to say that it's going to be like a blowout that we've seen in the past with other teams that we played at home, where it's like a 40 point lead or a 40 win score. I'm going to say it's going to be a closer game. I think it's going to be very similar to the game that when we played Philly at their house. I think it's going to be very similar to that. Um, I wouldn't be mad if we did lay a 40 burger on them. I would not be upset whatsoever. But I think it's going to be a lot closer game. But I do think the Cowboys win that game just because of how hot they are right now, the way that Dak is playing right now, the consistency that we're seeing from that offense. Um, Defense, I'm hoping that we pick up the pace on the defensive side of the ball and that we're able to shut down anything that they're trying to put out there for us. So for me, Dallas wins the game, and that's my prediction for that as far
Okay.
as that goes.
T, what about you, brother? What do you anticipate, and what is your prediction?
Uh, obviously the Cowboys gonna win. I'll never pick those filthy, Delphi ass Eagles. Um, the score, I have no idea what the score is gonna be. I'm just gonna throw a number out there. I think it's gonna be. I'll put out there 24-17. Uh, I don't think it's really going to be a high scoring game. I think both defenses will show up that Sunday. Um, I think the Eagles coming off of that loss. I mean, they got obliterated at San Fran, but I mean, so did we. Um, so I think coming off of that loss, man, they're gonna be, try to go out there and prove a point, and we'll just go out there with our same ass game plan, and we'll just step on the gas and keep rolling, bro. Like, if you paid attention to these last few weeks, we kept really the same game plan, um, but we've been able to connect on every level offensively. So I think that again, I hope it doesn't come down to a needing a timeout or something where we have to time manage. But as far as how we've been going, I think we'll be fine, man. I think, like I said, low scoring game. Both defenses will show up. Hopefully, our run game will show up, and we'll just keep on rolling, roll into next weekend, and take it to the next opponent. As far as the meaning goes, we definitely need to win, knowing where we are in the standings. I know you don't want to get too far ahead and start thinking about the possibilities, but you need to know that you increase your chances of number one going to the playoffs and possibly still in the division if you roll with this win. So that's big. I know we were talking about matchups a few days ago about who you would want to see first. I do want to delay San Fran as much as possible, but if we end up seeing them before time, I think we're ready this year.
Nice, 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 nice. Um, for me, I I'm opposite, man. I really do feel like we're about to put a 40 burger up at home. We play well at home. That's what we do at home. I feel a 40 burger coming, and I feel like we're gonna win by at least 10 points. So I do feel like Dak and the offense have a lot to prove this week. I feel like we left points on the field at the link when we played up in Philly.
Definitely.
And I do feel like our defense wants to redeem themselves after the showing last week. Not that, it was just egregious, but I feel like Deron Bland, he definitely got abused last week, and he's trying to make a name for himself again. He'll probably draw AJ Brown, and I do think that this is a game where you're not going to see Micah rushing the passer very often. In my opinion, I feel like they're going to put him at linebacker and let him maybe spy Jalen. Make sure Jalen's not using his legs to hurt us because we run too far and we're not keeping our gap integrity. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't even want to get on that, but
Hey, that's always something that we struggle with, and I feel like that's something that does need to
man,
be addressed.
definitely.
Um, I'm wondering what the situation will be like if Big Mike can't be on the sidelines because of the appendectomy that he had Wednesday, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what the situation will be. It'll be the same as last year.
Mhm.
So the reason why I say that is because DQ obviously he'll obviously be there on the sidelines, most likely as the interim. But play calling wise, I know we
Shot
had we had Kellen last time.
offensive coordinator gonna call the plays.
Maybe,
It's not a
maybe.
maybe. He will.
I don't
Offensive
know if
coordinator
he's.
for a reason.
Hopefully, they're on the same page then, McCarthy and Shoddy, because
Yeah,
McCarthy's been doing a hell of a job.
yeah, I'll
I
give him that.
mean,
He has.
I'll tell you what, he surprised a lot of people this year, and I think he realized that what we were doing at the start of the year wasn't having the same impact as that he anticipated we should have, and so he was adaptable. And I think the proof is in the pudding now. It's a
Yeah.
way
Bro,
different offense.
let me ask you a question. So you said you think it's gonna be a 40 burger
Yeah.
in a division game,
Yep.
and we put a what was it, 20, was it
4.
24,
Yep.
24 the last game versus them?
Hmm.
A 40 burger, bro?
A 40 burger, bro. We're playing
Where
at
are
home.
you
We're
getting a
not
40
playing in
burger from?
Philly. We're not playing in Philly.
Division game.
Don't
Like
matter.
this is a known opponent.
You could say the
Exactly.
same for when we played the Giants and we laid two 40
Nah, that
burgers on them. That's a
no,
division game. If you want
it's
to go
not the
that
same.
route, it's a
It's
division game.
bro, it's a
It's a
division
division
game with
game.
the cream of the like you and the Eagles are basically equivalent in the NFC. The Giants ain't even in the fucking I mean in the
And
picture in the
and I
NFC.
have and I have a little bit of a problem with that because I understand, and I'm not taking anything away from the Philadelphia Eagles. Trust me, I am not taking anything away from them. They have they do have right now, as it stands, the best record in the NFL. They have that. But again, people don't look at who they've played. I don't hear anybody talking about, well, Philly's playing all these trash teams. When they talk about the Cowboys, it's always, oh, we're playing all these trash teams. You know, who have we beat? Who have the Eagles actually beat that you can say, oh, well, they beat these teams. That's what makes them the greatest team in football. Give me a team that they've beat that besides Kansas City, because I know everybody's going to jump on that boat real quick. Oh, they beat Kansas City. So outside of them, who did they beat? And again, when people talk about the whole, oh, world, the Cowboys didn't beat anybody with a winning record. We just beat Seattle, which people automatically this whatever
Qualified.
credit that one. Yeah, they discredit that one because they're like, oh, well, it's a barely above 500 team.
Well, they're
They're not
500 now.
really they're not really considered a good team or a winning team. So where do you draw the line to where you're like, okay, what makes Philly so much greater than the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean, I don't think that bro, they'll never draw their line. The thing that Philadelphia had going for them is that they like a lot of the teams that they played them early on before they really got their footing. Like if they play Miami right now, Miami would smash the gas on their ass. Like that offense is, bro. It really looks like Kansas City when Tyreek was in Kansas City. Like they are
On
running
steroids?
downfield, they trying to score, and they're scoring. So
It is what it is.
um, that's the thing that Philadelphia had going for them. So they didn't really play anybody in the meat of their schedule, and then at the end of their schedule, they gotta. You basically can count them in. Like you got the Giant, or you got Washington, the
Yep.
Giants, I think again, and some more subpar teams that aren't going to the playoffs.
And
So
yet, and yet, if they win out the rest of their schedule, say if they get past us and they win out the rest of their schedule, then they're still considered a very high profile, high value team because of their record at the end of the year. But there again, if we did the same thing with the Cowboys, and every week, I hear it every single week. Every week that it doesn't matter who we beat, whether it be Buffalo, whether it be Miami, whoever we were beating that week, it's always, well, who did they play? They didn't really get their best game. It was a gimme. So you're
There's
always,
already a built-in excuse
oh
for
yeah,
this week because
for
it's,
Philly
well,
losing. Yeah.
Philly's gonna play a third straight week. They're playing a team that's coming off a 10 days rest. They just came off of playing San Francisco and got beat up. Blah blah blah.
Swift is hurt.
Right. So
There's always an excuse.
here's
So
some of the results from previous matchups. So our most recent was 28-23. The Cowboys lost. Before that, it was 40-34. Cowboys
mhm,
won.
mhm.
Before that, 26-17. Cowboys lost. Before that, 51-26. The Cowboys beat the tar out of the Eagles. Before that,
man,
41-21. Cowboys beat the Eagles. Before that, 37-17. We won. And then before that, 23-9. Cowboys lost.
I mean, we
Before
got
that,
the
seventeen
history
to
with the
nine.
wins. We got the history with the
But
wins.
look at the points, fam. Look at the
I mean,
points. Like,
even the points, but
that's what I'm telling you. A
in
40
the,
burger's not out of the question.
I mean, bro, I'm almost inclined to change my score, but I just know this last time, not this year, I think it was last year, Jalen was hurt, and we played Gardner Minshew, and was that last year? I think that was last year. Nah, last year they went to the Super Bowl with Jalen. Yeah, but he was hurt. His knee was hurt, so it was last year.
Mhm.
They
Um,
were resting him at the end of the year.
yeah, so yeah, I think I want to say you said we put up 40 then.
40 to
Um,
34. Yep.
man, come back to me at the end of the segment. I may change my prediction.
Well, we're damn near the end of the segment. I'll tell you this, bro. Um, if the Cowboys win, they're still at an uphill climb just because the Eagles would still outrank them at the end of the
Yep.
year, even if the records are tied.
Hmm.
The Eagles would get the edge on that. So you're not only looking for you're trying to help yourself, but you also need help from other teams to uh to try to get up on Philly. So right now we're looking at the 5, and I think we'd play the winner of the NFC South, which I'm okay with that. We did that last year, and we retired a Hall of Famer, the goat, the goat in my opinion. Um, so the Cowboys, man, I'm excited for this game. I've not been as confident in the Cowboys all year as I am for this weekend.
Those are facts. Those are
40
facts.
burger,
Wow.
a
See, and
home.
this would be a normal time where if I would say something like that, you'd be like, "Bro, you're out of your mind. There, you're being a homer right now."
No,
Because
no, everything points to it. Now, this is the one thing that I did want to get with you guys on before we end the segment is this referee crew that we
ooh,
have coming in here. Philly
Expect a lot
is
of
is
automatic
7 and
penalties.
0 with this refereeing crew,
yep.
undefeated, and I think they've been out penalized. Like, so it's been something like 21 against the the other team and 6 for Philly. So there's some history there.
Bro.
Do you guys anticipate that possibly
Yeah,
being something to look at?
absolutely. I mean, bro, the one thing that I can say about us, we always, it's very rare when we have a clean game. Like
Yep, that's
minimal
very
to no
rare.
penalties,
Very, very
like
rare.
nothing. But these last, like this officiating crew, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not enthused by seeing them, especially seeing the number of penalties that they call on opposing teams when the Eagles play.
Yep.
Man, I'm just hoping we don't get caught with a false start, neutral zone infraction, because it's gonna be some silly stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna pile up, and I'm not looking forward to that.
So the
But
guy's name
hopefully,
is John Hussey.
Hmm.
hopefully we can cut it down. You know, if we trust the process, we should be able to play a damn near perfect game and smash the gas on these damn Eagles. That's all I need you to do. Get even if you
But
get penalized, don't let it. Don't 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 get set
yeah.
back. Go out
Hmm.
there and smash the gas on their ass. Because we've shown we can get chunk plays,
Hmm.
so shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I definitely agree with that, but I've also seen a lot of the social media behind the refereeing crew that will be participating in Sunday's game. And for me, yes, I do worry about it to a certain extent, but at the same time, I don't want to give everyone the same um I don't want everybody to take it as an excuse. Oh, well, you're just saying that because, you know, because if you lose the game, now you have something to point at afterwards to be like, oh, well, the
I
officiating
mean,
crew was on
facts
the
are facts.
facts are facts, and that's
Numbers don't
absolutely true.
lie.
And we have seen a lot of miscues from the refereeing crew
Officiating has
this
been
year.
bad, especially this
This year
year.
has been it has been horrible. A perfect example would be last Thursday night's game with the Steelers and the Patriots, where there was an offsides call on the Steelers when they could have potentially won the game at the very end of the game, where it was not offside. So again, that's still it's stretching a little bit, and I get it. And there have been bad calls this year, but I don't want it to be a crutch because
Sure.
everybody will take it that way. Everybody will look at it as, oh, well, of course the Cowboy fans are going to say that they had, X amount of penalties and X amount of yards, and it was because the officiating crew was on the Eagle side.
Yeah. No,
You do
we're
have to
bringing
take
it
that.
we're bringing it up now. So
Yeah.
there's no after the fact. Oh, the Cowboys. No, it's being addressed beforehand. We're definitely
So
addressing that beforehand.
So I would say that to a certain extent, yes, I am worried about it. But the other side of it is if we play a clean game, we see that we're playing a clean game and we lose, which I don't see that happening. But if we lose, I don't want to just lean on that thing to be like, oh, this is my crutch because we lost because of the penalties.
No, I mean,
A
if you
lot
go
of
out there
factors go into
and
that.
you lay a turd and we get smeared, it don't matter who
Yeah.
the hell's refereeing that game.
Man, we just, I know we will typically start a game slow, probably pick up a couple
Hmm.
penalties. If you like, if we get set back early on, I just don't need that to be a tone setter for momentum. Like
Sure,
they don't have to play out of that. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, like I said, we can play as clean of a game as possible. Um, I just hope it ain't no ticky tack stuff. Like,
sure.
Yeah.
don't let it be pass
The thing that
interference
I Yeah,
when
the thing
both
that I
players are
is
hand checking.
the thing that I want to see is I want to see the same resiliency and the same drive that Dak had last week against Seattle. We did start off slow, and then he just kept fighting and kept showing that he was hungry. He wanted that win
Yeah.
at all costs. So as long as I see that from Dak, I'm good.
Okay.
And he's been showing it. He's been proving it the last couple of weeks. So I'm good with that.
All right.
Yep.
So I'll say this before we end the segment. I think the top three things that I want to see and that I think will contribute to a victory. Um, Start fast. No, don't don't go out there and drag ass the first couple drives. Start fast. Play clean, like T said, and um, be efficient offensively. Don't drive the field and settle for 3 points. You got to start fast, play clean, be efficient. You do that, the rest of it will take care of itself, and the
Yep.
Cowboys will walk away looking really nice. So,
Hell yeah.
I
T,
can agree with that.
I'll give you one last opportunity. Do you want to go ahead and change your score prediction, or do you want to stay where you are?
Man, give me book it at 34. 34-24
You
Cowboys.
heard it here, 34-24. The man's coming around.
I want to
With
say
that,
38. I was getting a little close,
oh,
but
he's
leave me at
inching the
34.
40. He's inching the 40. With that being said, guys, we do appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. We will catch you in the next one. Until then, holla at your boy.